Hi guys, welcome to the Savvy Money Show. Me, your host Sean. We're talking about Nkla. I know I spoke a bit about it. I've tried to avoid it because I didn't want to say "told you so" to all the guys who called me a liar when I originally dug into it and come out with the lack of licenses. But anyway, before we get into that, I've just started my own podcast. The reason why? All the people saying I had a face for radio. I thought, oh, they must have thought something about my voice then. Yeah, funnily enough, people on podcasts are saying I should stay off radio, so maybe they like my YouTube channel a bit more. Anyway, on with the show. So, Nkla, what's happened here? They were $90 a while ago, weren't they? Oh, well. And for some reason I can't get hold of Trevor Milton. Where's he gone? He's flown the US, hasn't he? Gone to Austria. Well, there is a battery manufacturing plant in Austria, but it can't be right. The whole basis of Nkla was that they make their own battery, superior to Tesla. Maybe he's getting parts for the truck, but no, they've signed a deal with GM for the truck. Oh, be doing. Ah, let's check his tweets. See what's happening. Let's see. Retained outside Kirkland and Ellis are one of the solicitors that keeps doing an investigation into all these SPACs. Well, okay. Maybe he's gone to see a new lawyer in Austria. Maybe he's gone to catch a plane to Switzerland. So anyway, the CEO of FAANG, the ex-CEO of Nkla has flown to Austria. No one knows why, and no one knows reasoning why. Behind it, he hasn't spoken about it since. Maybe because they don't have an extradition treaty. But the thing is that, as I said before, the only hope for them was GM getting the Badger out, enough people taking up the Badger, and forcing someone else to put in a hydrogen infrastructure, because they didn't have anything in place for that. Now, at the same time, I said there wasn't, even though they didn't ask for money for pre-orders originally, until people said you can't trust any pre-orders because they're not asking for money. Then they demanded a deposit that was fully refundable. Then when you expect them to come out and say, look, we've got all these pre-orders, even though they're fully refundable, and they said a date they were going to come out with how many pre-orders, they didn't, which showed that the Badger wasn't going to be successful. If the Badger wasn't successful, the Semi wasn't going to be successful, because there wasn't an infrastructure for it, and the Semi was going to cost more than the Tesla Semi. And as I said before, a lot of these fleets are more likely to convert their trucks with Hylian's conversion and save the money and still be applicable for the green credits than replace all their fleets until they have to. Now, right, I'm sorry to be right about this, I genuinely am, I would rather have been wrong. Nkla been a success and I missed out. I would have held my hands up. I've held my hands up when I've been wrong in the past. Even when technically I haven't been wrong, I've held my hands up and said I'm wrong. Just because the market didn't go the way it should have. Now, why am I sorry? Firstly, a lot of people who got in around here have lost their money. And I'm always sorry when people lose their money. And it won't be the big institutions who can afford it. It'll be the Robin Hooders. It'll be the small retail investors. The second reason, they wanted to be, they claimed to be an environmentally friendly company, something that was going to change the world. And if successful, would have been good for the environment. And something we all want. And because they're not, any other stocks that are good for the environment, that are in the limelight now, getting traction, people are going to think the same. It's going to pull the money out. Look what happened to SHOL. Just as it's gaining traction, it's got a pullback. Now, and don't forget to hit that lovely like button, almost as lovely as me. Helps with the YouTube algorithm and getting the video out to more people. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Become part of the Saving Money Show family. We give each other hints and tips and updates about stocks and shares we talk about on the show. As well as that, you can ask me to look into any share you want, and I don't charge a Discord fee or ask for a Patreon. All I do ask is for you to comment in the box below and hit the like button. Even if you disagree with me, especially if you disagree with me, I like a debate. And if I do something wrong, I want you to call me on it so I can improve the channel. And why not check out the links in the description below? There's lots of offers. I've used each one of them myself. I wouldn't give you links if I haven't checked them out myself. If you're looking for a free trading platform which should trade your stocks and shares, you know, you can get a free share worth up to £200 for signing up and depositing a small amount. A free trade only requires a £1 deposit. The others require £100 or dollars, depending on which one you go for. Stake has over 3,500 US stocks on their books, which is the biggest one outside of the US. Whereas Trading 212 is one of the best and easiest platforms to use. But as I said, I use all three. Anyway, on with the show. I'm sorry, but unless asked about, I won't spend any more time on Trevor Millen and Nkla. I've wasted enough oxygen on them. We're speaking about Trine, or Desktop Metals. I spoke about it before when it was $10. And it's a company I like. It's not a company that's going to go supernova like Hylian. It's not a company that's going to be like Workhorse and get everyone hyped up. And I know before you say it, Workhorse is not a SPAC, but the thing is, it's a company that will do well. It didn't look like much. Desktop Metals had 6% growth until 2006, and then 2006 to 2018, 20% growth, and I reckon it's going to have 25% growth going forward. And why is this? Because it can make the gadgets, it can make metal pieces. In the past, you had to make the mold, then you had to, which was expensive, then you had to make all the fittings and that. And with these guys, they had to change the powder because it was unstable to different chemical to make it, to stabilize it. And now if you're making more than 10,000 pieces, it's more economically viable to get one of the smaller ones. If you make more than 100,000, then it's economically viable to get a big one, and that's why you've got the investment from big companies like Ford. And you're going to see growth. It's not going to be massive, but you will see growth. This is a company that didn't need to go IPO or merger for a SPAC. We've got plenty of money on hand, 265 million I think it was. They could have carried on the way they were, but they see the opportunity is now for 3D printing. They can see that now it's a time for expansion, and that's what they're looking for. Yeah, and that's why I'm interested. As you're wondering, Softbank executives are in talks about whether or not to take the bank private. They haven't stated whether or not it's because of what's happened recently with all the options and investments in tech and being accused of manipulating the market, but anyway, that's all I have for today. I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to comment in the box below and hit the like button. It really does help with the YouTube algorithm. And by the way, as I said, don't forget to check out my podcast. That's all for now. Goodbye.